Hold on, let me talk. Y'all are living in the past. Y'all still want to act like Curry's Superman. He's hold on. All in the rim, we back in another video. Stealth the producer, Doughboy Bush, Teddy White 45. We back, man. It is playoff time, and we are going to touch on some of these games. But before we get to that, if this is your first time, please hit that sub button. Comment, like the video, let us know what you think about the topics we talk about today. And the first thing we're going to talk about is, let's get to this Minnesota and this Golden State Warriors series, man. So we have a game coming up tonight. It is Wednesday, May 14th. And the Warriors, is it in San Francisco? Or are we back in Minnesota?
No, Minnesota.
No, they're back in Minnesota.
So they're back in Minnesota for game, is this 5?
5, yeah.
Game 5. Minnesota's up 3-1?
3-1.
3-1.
Is it over tonight?
Steph being out.
Hey,
Steph being out again.
Let's just get straight. Yeah, Steph is out with the hamstring. We kind of knew that the earliest he was going to come back was game 6, but he was going to be reevaluated. So we still don't even know if they do make it to a game 6, will he even come back? I'm sure he'll try to, but as of now, he will not be playing game 5. 4-5, man. Teddy White 4-5. What are your thoughts on this series?
I know you was gonna come to me first.
No,
swing the ball this way.
For y'all don't know. For y'all that don't know, Teddy White 4-5. He'll never admit it. He's a Warriors fan. He's a Warriors fan, and even more so, he's a Jimmy Butler fan too. So it's like he got his favorite guy over with Steph Curry. So he's over there rooting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what's your thoughts, man, on the series?
I mean, really, my thoughts on this Warriors and Minnesota series. It's a totally different outcome than what I thought.
Really?
Pretty much what's going on right now is pretty much what we expected, right? With Curry going down, right? Now, we know when Curry was in there, it was damn near a 20-point, like, do I even got to speak on it? Game 1? But I do understand. I'm going to say this in order, and I've said this to y'all, in order sometimes to get to the finals, right? Because the Warriors have blessings. You have to get blessed sometimes. Nothing lined up more perfect.
Kind of like Minnesota. The Pacers are getting blessed too.
Oh.
Pacers are getting blessed right now too, but we'll get to that series. But no, yeah. I mean, you got to have a little luck. I feel like every team that we've seen win the championship in the last, in recent memory, has had a little luck. I want to say the year that Phoenix made the finals, I want to say they kind of had some luck along the way.
They did.
To get to that finals.
They did.
I don't remember exactly what, but I remember they had a little luck until they got to the finals. They played Milwaukee, and it was pretty much even from there. But and I was talking to Doughboy about this the other day. I hate injuries in the playoffs. I hate them because I want to see what happens when the best play the best, everybody's healthy. But is that one of those things to where they're playing too many games? Because why is everybody getting, injured in the playoffs though? It'll be like
same injury too.
The same, yeah, like
same injury.
You know what it be? But you know what it be?
It was a non-contract injury. It was a non. Go ahead.
But you know what it be? It'd be I was gonna say it'd be hamstrings. It'd be Achilles. It'd be like. It's never, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I hate that because I want to see the best play against the best, and but it's just one of those things where
injuries become part of the game, man, which we know about. Unfortunately, it is a sad situation to see these superstars go down in really, really big moments of their careers, and then from a fan base standpoint, because you do want to see the best play the best, and you want everybody to be fully healthy, so that way there ain't no talks amongst casual fans or regular fans of, oh, well, if such and such was playing, if they weren't hurt, then it would be a different series. Because, that's always going to be a factor that's going to be thrown out there. Mm-hmm. But I do agree with you guys. It's like, damn, man, it does suck to go ahead and get injured this late into the season. Well, into the playoffs, should I say. And then not really having an actual superstar, that comes in and plays. That's where you're still somewhat attached to it and saying, okay, I want to go ahead and see this team play, because let's be real. When you look at the Warriors, even though they went to go ahead and get Jimmy, playoff Jimmy, they don't look the same without Steph being out there on that court. Now, granted, Your boy has been hooping of lately.
Who?
Buddy Hield.
Oh, that's for Five Boy.
Yeah, Buddy Hield.
His favorite two guard.
Hey, he ain't got a rebuttal to his nigga. He's like, all right, yeah, you know.
Hey,
so I
was gonna say, Buddy going off for 30, he'll say nothing.
Nope. At all. He just like, yep. Hey, Steph, he gonna hear that.
Homer me. I just fall into the
bush. Nah, but
yeah.
Nah, and like I said, I feel like it's like wear and tear shit. Hamstrings, Achilles, that's wear and tear shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Dame Lillard, now we know he had the blood clot thing. And I want to say it was in the same leg that he popped his Achilles. I don't know. I'm no doctor, but I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. Yeah. But, Jason Tatum, he just trying to, make a play. Just, you know what I mean?
Hey,
Steph Curry running up the court. Hamstring.
You know what it reminds you of?
Somebody else was grabbing it. OG Anunoby was grabbing his hamstring the other day too. So it's just
Hey, it kind of brings me back, man. And I hate to say this because I'm a 49ers fan. I know you are too as well, Steph. You know what I mean? To where, Greenlaw was on the sideline. He ready to go ahead and come into the game. And was going forward, then all of a sudden his Achilles pops. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like one of those situations.
He was running. Contact. He took two steps to get onto the field, and I'm like, he wasn't even running. Mm-hmm. It was like a little light jog. I'm like, damn.
And that's how it was for Tatum. Tatum was actually just making a move towards the ball. He made that move. It gave out. And as soon as he went down to the floor, I knew it. I was like, bruh.
And there's a difference too. It's the difference between a tear and a rupture, right?
A rupture,
a partial rupture type. And with the rupture, you feel it roll up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I believe Tatum's was a
I think it was a rupture.
Achilles, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that shit hurt.
Yeah. Man. No, yeah. So, no, okay, here was my thing, right? Because we had a little debate, and I haven't uploaded it yet on this channel. So I'm going to upload this debate on this channel so y'all can kind of see the debate we had like a week or so ago, maybe almost 2 weeks at this point, about Jimmy Butler, right? Mm-hmm. My thing was, I feel like Jimmy Butler is overrated. Overrated does not mean trash. He's still good, but I just feel like, you know what? Can I give y'all let's just have some fun real quick. Let's just have some fun real quick, y'all. Give me a quick second. I want to give y'all the definition of overrated, right? I just want to give y'all the definition of overrated, just so we know. So everybody's clear that I'm not saying Jimmy Butler is trash, but overrated describes something or someone that is given more praise, value, or importance than is deserved. So that don't mean it's bad. That don't mean it's bad. But some people put Jimmy Butler up like he's like this crazy star, great player. I will give him difference maker. I'll give him that. But talent wise, I just feel like he's slightly overrated. You know what I mean? And that's all I was saying.
I think that's fair. You're saying talent. You're saying the dribbling, the shooting. You're
as a player, as a basketball player.
But the numbers don't. What we say is the numbers and the accolades don't say he's overrated.
I see it. But here's the thing, right? We can go back. We just talked about injuries, right? That year they made the NBA Finals. Every single team they played, somebody was hurt. Yeah, so you see what I mean? So if he didn't make it that year, will we have been like? Because that kind of upped his. I hate the whole people say aura, but I kind of upped his whole brand a little bit as a basketball player going through that series.
Year, what happened?
They lost. I want to say to the Bucks.
When?
To the Bucks.
When though?
That was first round, wasn't it?
Was that Eastern Conference or was that the year before?
So the Eastern Conference finals. So the year they made it to the finals, every single round somebody was hurt, important on the other team, an important player was hurt on that team, and they made it to the finals. Now, you don't want to take it, you play who's in front of you. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say that next year when niggas was healthy, they either lost in the first or second round. I'm going to have to look it up. I don't know offhand, though. But, and again, I'm not knocking Jimmy's a good player, but my whole thing is I've just never put him in the A tier group. I feel like he's B tier, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's fair. That's all. What is that? Jaylen Brown? Like what? Like
yeah,
that's fine. That's still $300 million.
Yeah. No, you can make a hell of a career being a B tier player. But I'll say Jaylen Brown. Yeah. Who else? Let's throw some players in there while we're kind of talking. I say Jaylen Brown. Would you put Booker?
Jaylen Brown, Bill when he was on the Wizards.
Bill Wizard, yeah.
Evan Booker at one point.
Bill,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Somewhere in that group. No, I don't know. You know what we need to do? You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to do this last summer. I want to do the tier list.
The tiers.
I want to do the tier list. I think that's good summer content. We'll do that after the playoffs is over. And I want to put I want us together to rank these players and put them in the correct tiers. But but here's my thing about Jimmy Butler too. The other night. And this is what I was looking. No trolling. This is what I was looking for him to do. I'm like, okay, Steph is out. You pretty much got to win this game or you're pretty much done, right? Mm-hmm. What are you going to do? Even in a losing effort, even if y'all lost, I was looking for him to kind of like take over or had that playoff Jimmy moment, and I'm like, I didn't see it. So I'm like,
hey, well, you got to also take accountability that he was hurt too as well. So he's not. I don't think he's at full. What you say? Go ahead.
What was it? What did he hurt?
I think it was his tailbone or something like that. Where he fell on and messed stuff up to where he could barely walk.
Oh, with the Rockets? When he fell? No,
you're talking about this year, right? Because I'm talking about this year, the reason why he hasn't been looking the same.
Well, yeah, the last series against the Rockets when he got an undercut and he kind of fell.
Yeah.
So you're talking about, but he's been playing on that, though.
So I'm still...
He's had a good game since then.
Yeah, he has some couple good games. I mean, he's going to be a different maker regardless of whether he's on the floor or he's not. The situation is Jimmy Butler's in a new situation, right? He's been there 30 games. Now, we can say, well, for some people, that's a lot of games. It's really not a lot of games.
No,
when you're coming from a place where you've been, when you're coming from, the last 4 seasons, maybe more. So, and when you see Jimmy, he plays in a timid, I don't want to step on, so give him a year.
See,
don't expect the cape of Jimmy Butler.
But no. But when you're in the playoffs and you don't have Steph Curry, if you're Steve Kerr, you got to look at Jimmy like, hey, we need now. Hey,
but put
that cape on.
He's literally on the court with 3 other players who who's offensively handicapped. So this isn't like
and I was also say handicapped.
So Jimmy, I want you to fly over these because you're getting damn near triple team. So like I tell my son, right? If you're double team, that means what?
Somebody's open.
But the nigga that open can't even catch the ball.
Well, to that defense though, what I will say is that. Yeah, you have Genius there.
Hey, hold on. Who you talking about, Buddy? Who you talking about, Pajitsky?
Ruben has a hard time catching a pass. Like, it's some big dude.
Buddy.
He said, Louis.
We don't want Buddy to dribble, and we don't want Buddy to make IQ decisions, basketball decisions.
You know, 4-5. I think I was telling the Doughboy. You know who I felt like they should have kept was Schroeder. I don't know why they came off of him so. Like I think, I think he was a part of that trade. I believe, or was he a part of another trade?
He was gone before that.
Why did they come off of him so fast?
Man, at that time the Warriors was going through transition with the Bob Myers.
No. That was early. That was earlier this season. No,
that was this season that they had in
yeah, that was early. Yes,
it was early on. Yeah, it was early on. He actually signed on with him.
I apologize, chat.
Yeah, he actually signed on with him, and I don't know how many months he played.
I feel like they could use that long. I feel like they could use somebody like him right now. I feel like they could use somebody.
What I was gonna say though, in that regards to what you guys were talking about with the whole Jimmy Butler situation, is that yes, when you are getting double teamed or you are getting triple teamed, you have to rely on other players to go ahead and be better around you. Now, I will say this, and I think I said it at the very beginning of this. You have been getting better play out of Brandon Pajitsky. You have been getting better play out of Buddy Hield. So if these guys are actually hot and they're making their shots, only thing that we need you now at this point. Within striking distance, be that superstar player to get us over that hump.
Yeah.
What you have already been doing.
You can only I've been noticing when they get to the halftime, they'll be up 2, maybe 3. They might be up 1. You can only weather the storm for so long. I don't give a who on the court. When you got 2 7-footers, Edwards, and then you got Depp coming off the bench.
Well, honestly, even with Curry, even with Curry, I had Minnesota winning that series. even with Curry. I think it might have been extended. It might have been extended. See, I think y'all hold the Warriors in higher regard than I do. I think.
Well, the reason why I do. No.
Curry's an all-time fucking great. But what I'm saying is, when we're talking about matching up team for team, I think Minnesota is a better, deeper team than the Warriors.
Well, yeah.
On paper, they don't win games though.
But when you look at it,
I mean, I'm just saying what I thought.
I agree with you.
I'm just saying, even with Curry, I feel like Minnesota was going to win that series. Even with Curry,
I would say I felt like they had a better.
No, I'm not.
Steph's not saying on the physical game.
It's not just that though.
When you look at the roster, right?
Oh yeah. You think that Minnesota was a better roster?
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
But hold on, though, boy. Go ahead.
But go ahead.
Even with you saying that, right? Because you're analyzing what I'm saying, but I'm analyzing what y'all are saying to where I feel like you two hold the Warriors in higher regard. I feel like y'all let's go back to the word overrated. You guys are overrating the Warriors a little bit, even with Curry.
Hell no.
Yes, you are. They're not.
Hell no.
Yes, you are. They're
Hell
not.
No.
No, hold on. Let me finish my thought. They're not that good of a team. They're not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not that good of a team. They're little. They don't really have. I've been screaming it all year. Why did they take the ball out of Draymond Green's hands as a playmaker? He never has the ball in his hand. Did y'all notice that? Right. What happened to that? That's how y'all won championships. So, but hold on. I don't want to lose my thought. So what I'm saying is, with the Warriors, I don't think they're. Well, shit, they were in the fucking play-in. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think they're that good of a team anymore to where it's like, yeah, you still have Curry. You have a great player in Curry. Yeah, you added Jimmy Butler. But other than that, nobody's really like got you shaking in your boots. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you can just weather whatever storm, have Curry might not have a good, stretch of 4 games. All right, he might have a good 3 games and you win in 7. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like I never saw them get into the finals or nothing like that. Like,
Go ahead, B.
I never thought that.
Well,
so
I mean,
that's fair too.
I never thought that.
Well, and I said it is fair, but like for me, and I said this to you before, time in time out, the Warriors were always small when it came to their lineups. That's how they went.
They weren't this small though, because they always started Looney back in the day. Looney's not starting no more, so they're starting Draymond. So bro, they're starting like 6'6" and under. Draymond's only about 6'6". You know what I'm saying? He's playing the 5.
They've always played small ball,
but it's never been this small. It's never been this small though.
No, it has.
Because even Clay was 6'7" when they had him. You know what I'm saying? Buddy's 6'4". Then
you have a championship coach who's actually been a championship player and a coach.
Overrated coach in my opinion, but okay.
You have championship pedigree in Draymond. Kuminga, I think, didn't he get a championship with them? Kuminga. Then you got Steph Curry. So these cats know how to weather a storm when it hits them.
Absolutely.
It just happened that Curry got hurt.
So they took a step back. So y'all thought. So let me get this clear. Y'all thought with Steph Curry that they were going to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves still.
Yes, I did.
I don't know why y'all thought that. I don't know why y'all thought that.
What was game 1?
I think you guys are. Hold on. I think you guys are overrating the Warriors as a whole, not Curry. Overrating the Warriors as a whole and underrating Anthony Davis. Anthony Edwards. I think you guys are underrating him a bit.
Everybody has a time. It ain't Anthony Edwards' time.
Why? Hold on.
Let me ask you this question. Hold on. Before I lose my thought. Hold on.
Why is it not Anthony Edwards' time?
Had 2 bad 3 quarters damn near.
Yes.
Do you think he can weather Curry in 3 bad quarters in 2 games in a row? He's had horrible starts all the way to the 3rd. Who can survive Curry like that?
I just
not gonna be playing like he's playing right now if Curry's playing.
Definitely.
You gotta have a team, man. I don't feel like the Warriors team as a collective is a championship roster. I don't, bro.
Hey,
I'm sorry, I just don't. Now, if we're talking 2, 3, 4 years ago, they were a juggernaut. But I'm talking this year.
We're not talking championship though. We're talking about this round.
Well, hold on. All right, let me ask you a question. This round, okay. So you mean to tell me, all right? So you just figured they were going to beat Minnesota and lose to OKC or Denver?
Because they're going to beat either one of those teams. I feel like
I'm going step by step.
No, hold on, Brandon. Hold on, I'm asking.
So yes, I do. Because you got to think, look, if Denver's playing,
y'all just hold on. We just view this team differently. I don't see him how y'all see him. I don't.
I wish Curry was playing.
I just don't. I don't.
A lot of these games would have looked like game one before Curry got hurt.
Come on, talk to him.
What was the stats before Curry got hurt? And Anthony Edwards has had 2 bad games.
Well, can we talk about how the Rockets took him to 7 games? The Rockets don't have Anthony. Hold on, let me finish. Rockets don't have Anthony Edwards. Rockets don't have, you know what I'm saying, a veteran to Gobert. Julius Randle is balling.
Hey,
so
who's a better defensive team? Who's a better Minnesota or Houston?
A better defensive team?
Rockets. Come on.
Houston made it to 7 games because of their defense, not because of their offense.
Okay, all right. Well, now you're playing a team who has a better offense than Houston. So what? I mean,
that's good. Now the object is what? I gotta score more than you, right?
Yeah. And no, hold on.
Star players just had 2 bad first halves.
Hold on. Has Curry never had a bad game?
He's had him.
That's what I'm saying, and he's getting older. There's been analysts who have acknowledged the fact that Steph Curry's slowing down. He is. Y'all are. You guys are putting Steph Curry as like he's still like in his prime. He's not in his prime anymore, y'all. He's not.
I don't care about the speed. What did the point say?
But I'm talking about speed. Exactly. I never said nothing about speed. I'm saying slowing down.
Now we're talking about speed.
No.
You just say slowing down.
Slowing down is when I say okay. Y'all took that literally. Slowing down as far as him as a player. Y'all took speed when I said slowing down. I'm not talking about speed. I'm talking about him as a player. He's not in his prime anymore, y'all. He's not. He's 37 years old. So he was
damn near MVP candidate.
No, he wasn't. He was never MVP candidate this season ever. He's 37 years old. He can't carry a team no more, y'all. He can't.
I'm saying.
No, he can't. Y'all. I think y'all are living in the past, bro. Like he's not the same Steph Curry. He's still great, but he's not the Curry that he was 5 years ago, y'all. He's not. I'm sorry.
So hear me out.
He's just not.
What I'm saying by this is that when you look at it, and Teddy just made a great point, and I was going to say the same thing. Anthony Edwards has not been playing good basketball, bro, for the first at least 2 quarters.
But Julius Randle has. Then he has another guy who can step up and do that. And then you just talked about. Hold on. And then you just talked about. And then you just say how they're running small. All right, shit. If they needed to, in those moments, you could have given the ball to Gobert. Go get 8-9 points when we needed down a stretch or something. You know what I'm saying? Like we saw him do that against Houston. You know what I'm saying? When they were. I'm not Houston. Who they played first round? Lakers were small.
I would say Alexander Walker has been holding his own down. I would say that Dante DiVincenzo has been holding his own down.
Well, so right now we're all talking hypotheticals because we don't know what it would look like if Curry was playing all these games.
We see what he was looking like in game 1. Exactly.
But season, and we can go off game 1. What was the season?
Okay, we talk about the season, how they were a playing team. We could talk about the season. Go ahead. They were a playing team.
What was the season record with Minnesota and Washington?
They were a playing team. You guys are acting like they're like the OKC Thunder or something like that. They were a playing team. What I'm saying, Sims,
they would have played Minnesota hold on.
Y'all
wouldn't have been a playing team.
Y'all are living in the fucking past. Oh my God. Hold on, let me talk. Y'all are living in the past. Y'all still want to act like Curry's Superman. Hold on. What I'm saying, Curry is not Superman no more, y'all. I promise you, he's not. He is not Superman anymore. He's not. He's still hella good, but he's 37 years old now, y'all. What are y'all talking about? Stop living in the fucking past. He's not there no more. He's not.
Are you serious,
bro? There's people on fucking ESPN who say that all the fucking time. What are y'all talking about? He's not the same player.
when you're the main. Listen, hear me out.
No, but I'm not saying that to where you. Hold on. I'm not saying that to where like you have to like just say go whatever they say. But what I'm saying is there's other people who are recognizing the fact that Steph Curry is no longer in his prime. Yes, he's still hella good. Yes, he's still hella good. But I'm talking Curry back in the day to where it's like, oh my God, you got Steph Curry. Now you're not really feeling like that no more. Like,
yeah, you do. Hey, whenever Steph is on that court and he's healthy, bro, you're gonna look at it like, oh my God.
I don't think y'all hear what I be saying because I think hold on. I think y'all are so stuck in what your opinions and what you want to say that you're not listening to what I'm saying. Both of y'all do this all the fucking time. Y'all don't listen to what I'm saying. Yes, you do. Fuck it, especially you, because you're always looking at your especially you. Hell no, especially you. Hell no. Especially you. Hell no. Because you're always thinking of your next point. You don't listen, nigga. What I'm saying is, again, listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Steph Curry is an all-time great, arguably top 4 ever. Arguably, right? The best shooter we've ever fucking seen. Yes, he's won championships. Yes, he's done this. Yes, he's done that. I'm saying as it is March 14th, 2025, he is no longer Superman. The same way we could say LeBron is no longer Superman. The same way we could say, I don't think KD's Superman no more. He's not.
That's fair.
I don't think those guys are hold on. Those guys are still great, but they're not what they used to be. KD, hold on. KD, LeBron, and Steph Curry. I'm not just singling out Steph Curry. All 3 of those guys, they're not in their prime no more, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Absolutely. And they can't do it how they. And I feel like in y'all's minds, Steph Curry's the same guy, and I'm saying he's not. So to me, that makes them beatable because their team is worse, and now he's no longer Superman, so where he can just take over and go crazy.
I think that
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And no knock for you feeling.
That's all I'm saying.
And look, and no knock, you know what I'm saying, for what you feel and how you're saying. But what I'm saying to you is that my only rebel towards what you're saying is I do feel like Steph Curry is still Superman. You feel like that. The reason why I say that,
that's why I said. That's why I said we look. No, that's why I said we look at it differently because you feel a completely different way than I do. So you can't even see. You can't even see what I'm saying.
Listen,
like.
I think that people. I think people. Hear me out real quick. I think people are looking at it as the glass being half empty in this situation. What I'm saying to you is that when Steph Curry is your only shooter on that damn team, and you want him to shoot 35 times a game out of 82 games, of course you're gonna get tired. When you're the main focal point of that offense and you're jacking the ball up as many times as you're jacking the ball up for, and you're not really coming to go ahead and rest because of the lack of depth, you're gonna look like that. You're gonna look like you're tired. Yeah, you're there. Yeah. Come on, you hear me? You're gonna look like you're tired, bro. So what I'm saying to you is if you put
this is how I know you don't listen. This is how I know you don't listen. You know why? You just made my point for me. What did I say? The team's not as good. Didn't I just say that? I said that like 10 times already.
But listen, you're saying
I just said, but listen, no. You're proving my point. You literally just said. You literally just said. Hold on, no. I'm about to kill your shit. I'm about to kill your shit.
Did he or did he not say that he's not Superman no more?
He's not.
Did he or did he not?
I did say that. I did say that. I did say that.
My only argument to that is that he still is Superman, but he's being relied on way too much.
Well,
is what I'm saying. That's my only rebel.
Well, you and I, we view Steph Curry completely different where he's at right now in his career.
Of course, but
you just proved my point that even whether he's Superman or not, his team is not that good. You just said that.
They're not.
And that's why. Okay, hold that thought, both of y'all. That's why I said, going back to what I just said 10 minutes ago, that I never had them beating Minnesota because of Steph Curry not being Superman anymore, and because his team's not as good. That's all I said.
I ask this question.
That's all I said.
If this team's not as good, if this team's not as good, and I'm gonna let you go, Teddy. All right, go ahead, Teddy.
Hold on. No, hold on. I want to say something to Doughboy because he just said something. I want to address that. If it seems like they would have lost to the Rockets if the Rockets had a bucket getter. No. Hold on. Listen to me.
Come on.
Can I finish my fucking? I hate when y'all do that, bro. I hate when y'all do that because y'all just jump the gun. Let me finish my sentence. First of all, I'm talking to Doughboy. I'm not even talking to you, 4-5.
I didn't even finish mine.
What I said, you just said that. Damn. See, you made me lose my train of thought because you just said something that made me respond to that. No, because what I'm saying is if the Rockets had a bucket getter with their defense, they would have won that series. They didn't have no bucket getters. Jalen Green had, bro. He couldn't buy a fucking basket. That's
considered they bucket getter though, bro.
That's what I'm saying. See, but y'all want to rebuttal so much you don't fucking listen. You just want to rebuttal. We're agreeing. We're fucking. It's okay to agree. It's okay to agree, y'all. Do y'all realize that? You just have to rebuttal every time. No, we just said We just said the same thing. Yes, I just said Jalen Green couldn't get a bucket. You just said, well, that's because yes, they don't have a bucket getter. If they had a fucking bucket getter, they would have won.
No, he is the bucket getter.
But he's not. No, he's not. Nigga, my best friend, one of my best niggas is a fucking Rockets fan. I call him right now, and he's ready to trade Jalen Green because he's not consistent. He's not consistent.
Hey, go ahead, Teddy.
But Minnesota does have a bucket getter, right?
And they're going to win the series. That's why I said that. What's wrong with me saying that?
Minnesota does have a bucket getter.
Yes,
right.
They have two. They have two. Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards.
At this point, you're going against 2 against 1 as far because Jimmy gonna get his buckets. He gonna give us 16, 18 points consistently.
Yeah, no. Would it have been a better series? Yes, but I still feel like Minnesota would have won the series. That's what I'm saying.
And the only thing I just said is that I felt like
the number 2 team in the West
because I still feel like we're matching team for team. Again, there's 2 reasons I said that. I keep saying it. Steph Curry is no longer Superman. He's not the guy he was that y'all want to make him seem like he was 5 years ago. And the team is not as good. Hey, those are the 2 reasons why I said. That's all I said. That's all I said.
And my two reasons.
I don't think that's wrong. What's so bad about me saying that? Y'all go crazy. Y'all go crazy. But 4-5's over here like losing his fucking mind. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, what's wrong with me saying that? Nothing I said was not factual.
No, nothing wrong.
I didn't say nothing that wasn't factual.
Is it fact that they just beat the number 2 team in the West? Is that fact?
And I just said, did you hear what I said?
No, okay. Is it a fact that they will just smoke Minnesota?
Hold on. It's known. Hold on. Let me answer your first question. It's known by everybody. That's why they want to go get KD. It's known that the Rockets don't have a bucket. Everybody knows that. They're looking to get a score now because that's all they need. They got the defense, they got the coaching, but nobody can score on that fucking team consistently. They know that. So that's what they're looking for in the summer. That's why they lost. I'm saying that's why the Warriors beat them. Because they don't have.
I'm saying in this.
I'm answering your question.
Oh, that's fair. Before Curry got hurt against Minnesota, was they not up 20?
I don't remember the game. I'd have to go back. I had to go back and look.
We'll say it was close to it.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards has not had it. Julius Randle is not carrying no team.
I didn't say I never said nothing about Julius Randle carrying. I never said that. I would be a fool to say something like that.
What you say? You got 2 bucket getters. That's what you were saying.
And he is a bucket getter. What is that? That doesn't mean carrying. Well, how do y'all define certain shit? Like y'all be hearing shit and turning it into something else.
No. I'm saying no. That's specific.
But I never said carry. I never said nothing about carrying. I said he's a bucket getter. He is a bucket getter.
Who's having to carry? The second bucket getter, right? Him and the others collectively. But Randall is the main bucket getter when he's out. I mean, when he's not having a good game, right?
Yeah, fair enough. So my only thing,
Houston didn't have 2 niggas. Like, they had Şengün who had a good game here and there. Fred VanVleet had a fucking score because nobody else could. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like,
you bring in these players to go ahead and help you out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I just feel like, and hey, people sleep on Jaden McDaniels' defense. He's long. He's like 6'8", 6'9".
Yes,
that nigga's a fucking defender. You got Rudy Gobert, who's been multiple time defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
the only rebel I had towards that is what I said was
Naz Reid. Are we forgetting about him? DiVincenzo. Are we forgetting Mike Conley? Mike Conley can hit a 3. It's like, what are we?
Hey, the only thing I was saying in this manner is that when you still have Steph Curry and you still have championship pedigree in this locker room from both aspects, you're going to figure out ways on how to win games that you're technically are not supposed to go ahead and win. So what I'm saying to you is I would gamble on Golden State. The reason why I said I would gamble on Golden State is because you still have Steph Curry, you still have Draymond Green, you still have a coach. Underrated, overrated, however you want to go ahead and look at it.
I think y'all
still has won championships.
I think when I say things, y'all interpret it like a whole nother way. Like, I don't think y'all actually listen to what I say ever. No, I'm being dead serious. I'm not even trolling when I say this. I really don't. I don't think, like, y'all hear something and it triggers something like, oh, how could you say? Like, I'm not even saying it would have been a compare. I don't even say it would have went 7. But at the end of that 7 games, I think Minnesota had a better roster. You have an Anthony Edwards, who I think would have figured it out. We keep talking about game 1, this and that. Over a course of a series, you're not going to shut Anthony Edwards out a whole fucking series. You're not doing that. I don't care if he has a bad game or 2 games. He's going to have he's going to have at least 3 really good games. He's going to have at least 3 really good games and 1 maybe decent game to where maybe, okay, Julius Randle scores 22. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe Mike Conley hit 3 threes. Maybe McDaniel hit 2 threes and got a clutch steal. That's what I'm saying. It's a team effort. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like, again, all I'm saying is the two reasons he's not Superman and his team ain't that good. That's all I'm saying. I feel like they would have lost anyway.
We seeing that now though. We for sure seeing that.
That's all I'm saying.
Like, we are. That's
all I'm saying.
We are seeing it.
That's why they got the
what the hell?
They weren't that good. Like.
No, not at all. But like I said,
even Steph Curry has acknowledged that he's getting older. Like, in his play, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I'm not just talking about age, y'all. I'm not just talking about. See, y'all here again. Y'all doing it again.
No.
I'm saying that I've heard him in press conferences say that pretty much like, hey, I'm not the same nigga. Like. He's pretty much said it himself. Like,
yeah, for sure. Fatigue wise,
when you talking about skill
wise.
Hey, when you're talking about playing over 14, 15 seasons, over 18
exactly.
games a year,
Exactly.
On your body.
Exactly.
The one thing I just
if y'all think he's the same player from 10 fucking years ago.
If Steph wanted to,
thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Not talent, but I've been saying not physically. I said not talent wise. I'm saying. Can he play 4 quarters like he did when he first came in? No. Nobody can. I want somebody to show me statistically, numberly, where he's not the same.
So how is he?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, when you're the focal point of the team, your numbers are going to kind of stay afloat anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're the focal point, if you're taking hella shots a game, but I've seen a lot of duds this season with Steph Curry, and I feel like that's due to age. Age.
Before they got Jimmy,
I say when you get past Jimmy, Brandon Podzinski wasn't playing as good as he was playing. Buddy Hill wasn't playing as good as he was. Post is not playing as good. Playing good. Kevon Looney's not playing good.
Hey, so I just need one sensible person to hear what's going on right now.
Come on, man.
Because you guys again are proving my point. What were the 2 reasons I said? Can somebody repeat it to me, please? What were the 2 reasons I said? What were the 2 reasons I said? No.
Go ahead.
What were the 2 reasons I said I felt like they were gonna lose? I said Steph Curry's not. No, I know. See how y'all don't listen. See how y'all don't listen. They don't listen, y'all. Bro, they don't listen. I said because Steph Curry's not. I said it like 10 times now. Steph Curry's not Superman. And I said the team is not as good.
That good.
That's why I said they were gonna lose in Minnesota. What's wrong with me saying that?
But it's all hypotheticals now because he's out. So
it is, and that's why
we don't know.
I know.
How the series would have been. But
in the regular
I didn't even mean for it to go like this. I just said that's why I thought they were going to lose. I never thought they were beating Minnesota, and that's what I'm saying. That's my opinion. I never with Curry, without Curry, I never thought they were beating Minnesota. I just didn't.
We're going to go off game 1 in the regular season.
I'm not going off anything. I'm just going off how I feel about everything that's going on. I'm going off teams. I'm going off the players on each of the rosters. I'm going off the fact that what we saw throughout the season, the fact that they were a play-in team and they were struggling to even get into the fucking playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I'm going off all that. I'm going off Steph Curry's age. I'm going off their little. I'm going off the teammate. I'm going off all of it. It's all a collective. And I don't feel like Steph Curry is good enough to carry that bunch of guys anymore. That's all I'm saying. And that's why I felt like they were still going to lose to Minnesota regardless, because he can't carry those guys. He can't carry those guys.
No, he can't.
This is probably one of the worst Curry teams.
Yeah,
it is.
Yes.
So
yes. But you're saying that like
look how far he got him.
But you're saying
before he got injured
through a play-in. They got into a play-in.
Yeah, they still made it.
Beat Minnesota.
They still made it.
They beat the
said they
number
would've beat
2
Minnesota.
team. They would have beat the number 3 team, and then who would have been next?
Well, we don't know. We don't know if they would have beat Minnesota. I'm saying I don't feel like they would have. I'm not saying definitive anything. I'm just saying I feel like they would not have.
I definitely know Minnesota would not have won 2 games in Golden State if Curry was healthy.
Nobody knows anything. We don't know that. Nobody. You Jesus?
Bro, you got to do the lean back on him again.
Are you
We can
Jesus?
just go off pass. Outside of LeBron, how many people have went into Oracle? Anthony Edwards ain't Bron.
He's in there better than Brian right now. He's a better scorer right now than Brian.
Bron had to play defense. He had to play unbelievable. He had to do unbelievable. Bro,
What are we even talking about at this point?
he's not going into Oracle winning 2 games.
Me saying, you know what triggered this? Just saying that I feel like Minnesota would have won the series regardless, and it triggered all of this.
No, that triggered me. That definitely.
I don't know why though. Y'all see, you know what y'all get into y'all feelings of who y'all like. I don't give a fuck. Again, I told y'all before, my opinion don't matter. Who I like don't matter to me that much. You know what I'm saying? I'm really analyzing and looking at shit. It don't matter who I want to win, who I don't want to win, none of that shit. I really feel like Minnesota would have won that series regardless of what Curry.
Anthony Edwards is my favorite player right now. Has been my favorite player outside of Curry.
No,
not going into Oracle winning 2 games.
No, but you like Curry and Butler, and you've always liked the Warriors, so you kind of have a little bit of bias here.
I like Butler, but he ain't Edwards.
You got,
on my list of Edwards, and
you got some bias here in this whole, you know what I'm saying, in this whole thing. You got some bias here.
Just feel like.
You got some bias here.
Went into Oracle and won 2 games.
I think it would have been. I think it would have been a more competitive series for sure. But I feel like
they would have definitely won game 2. Minnesota would have definitely won game 2.
I feel like. Here's the thing. Why are y'all ignoring the fact that? See, but I forgot who I'm talking to. Y'all are just results based people. Y'all aren't context based people.
I'll strip on some water too. Y'all tap.
Come on, man.
Y'all aren't context based people. See, with me. I don't just look at the result of shit. Y'all just look at the result. Y'all just look at the result of shit and be like, "Oh, that's it. Nothing else matters." What I mean by that is, if we're going back to the Rockets and Warriors series again, young team, no bucket getter. Now, great defensive team. Ime got him playing defense. He got him as far as he could, right? But again, Jalen Green is not that guy. They don't have but that's why they're looking to package him up to get a score, because they pretty much have everything else they need but a guy be like, hey, here, take the ball. They want KD. They're talking Giannis. So they need a guy who can be like, all right, that's one thing we need. Go get a bucket. If they had that guy, or if Jalen Green just played a little better, because some of those games he had like fucking 6 points.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
He had like 6 points.
With KD and Giannis on the line, that nigga could have scored 32 points a game. His ass still would have got shipped out when KD and Giannis on the line.
Who?
These are generational talents.
Wait, what? Huh? I'm confused. What are you talking about?
I'm saying if Jalen Green would have scored then, averaged dinner 30, and it's KD and Giannis, niggas ain't passing up on no KD and Giannis.
Nah, I'm talking about if they traded. Talking about packaging.
I'm just talking about the series. I don't even know. You kind of confused me with that.
Well, you were talking about that they were talking about.
I'm saying the Rockets are trying to get a bucket getter. That's what I'm saying.
Right. You're saying
because they know that had they had a bucket getter in that series, they would have won. That's why they're trying to get a score. Because Jalen Green, can y'all please go look? Please go look at Jalen Green's stats all 7 games, please.
They were terrible.
Please.
I see the way he's playing. They were terrible.
So that's what I'm saying. They still took that team 7 games. The Warriors 7 games.
But they have a plethora. Tell me who can score on the Warriors, and I'll name 6 that can score on the Rockets. That can actually create their own shot and go get a bucket. That shit makes a difference. Even though he had a bad game, that's why they was able to stay in the game.
It wasn't a bad game. It was a bad series.
I totally agree.
And if your main guy who was supposed to be your bucket getter can't get a fucking bucket, and you still take that team to 7 games, what I'm saying is, if they had a guy to get them the buckets when they needed them, and that wasn't named Jalen Green, it probably wouldn't even win 7 games.
They would have took a nigga that
the number 2 team would have went on and played Minnesota.
Hey, but isn't that the
that's what I'm saying? The number 2 team, and then we wouldn't even be talking about this about the Warriors.
Hey, isn't that the reason why you signed Fred VanVleet though?
Fuck no, hell no, fuck no. He ain't no scorer like that.
What was he doing in Toronto?
Y'all,
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What was he doing